Hi, we're here at AFP, the last break session of the event. We're here with Jon Vincent of Tennant Company. Jon, how are you today?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good.
So we have a few questions that came in. The first one is, do you have any advice for small treasury teams looking to leverage new technology for FX risk management?
Well, probably the most important thing is automation. Automating your processes has made it the most simplest for us. Having that consistency of being able to come in every day, having your exposures ready, has just made it very, very simple for us to do our jobs. So I would definitely encourage you to close out that process, automate as much as you possibly can, and it's going to make your life so much easier. So.
The second question is, what difficulties did you run into when transforming your FX management while also expanding operations globally? And how did you remedy those?
So I think probably the primary way that we got around it was by establishing the risk committee. That risk committee really allowed us to talk cross-functionally about those items. You know, if we're going into different countries, what are our challenges there? And then looking at, first of all, how do we mitigate that naturally versus having to do any hedging in the first place? You know, if you have cash sitting out there, trade out your cash. So just look to do those organic things first, make systematic changes if you need to, and then obviously your last resort is to hedge. But again, back to automation, being able to look at that quickly and confidently is the most important thing. So.
And how did you work to set up a consistent process for all of your subsidiaries?
So it's a bit easy for us because our trading is centralized, and really our trading is primarily from intercompany. So it's all really coming back into our central headquarters. So it does make that process much easier for us. If you have companies where you're hedging, you know, decentralized, I could see where that's going to be a real challenge. But we've really worked to kind of centralize that in-house. We have a couple of entities that we do have to hedge outside of the U.S., but they're pretty small, and again, that's all part of the FiREapps process, though, so it's easier for us to look at.
Great. And the last question that came in is, I've read that as a part of your FX management program overhaul, you established a risk committee. How has having a formal risk committee changed the way that you manage your FX?
So as I mentioned before, it's really helped us develop that program because you have folks who are challenging what we do every day. So it's a forum for not only for me to tell management how the program is doing, but it's also an opportunity for them to come back to me and say, hey, can we do this a little bit differently? You know, in our risk management committee we've got accountants in there, we've got legal in there, we've got treasury in there, finance is a part of that process. So we've got a real good group of people who are all stakeholders in it. So they come with really good ideas so that we can kind of fine-tune that process. So.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us
welcome.
today, Jon. Enjoy the rest of your conference, and yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.